Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you the peak rib stitch, one of the easiest and most satisfying knit textures you can learn. If you know how to knit and purl, you can make this pattern effortlessly. I'm using 3.5mm needles and Allie's Baby Best yarn. To create this pattern, you need a stitch count that is a multiple of 3. Then add 2 extra stitches for the edges to keep the sides neat. For the first row, begin by knitting the first stitch. Then start the pattern, knit 2 stitches, purl 1 stitch, and repeat this sequence all the way across. Knit 2, purl 1. When you reach the final stitch, make sure to purl it to keep the edges clean and even. This pattern is made up of a 4-row repeat, and it's actually very simple. Even beginners can follow it easily. Once you establish the pattern by working knit 2, purl 1, you simply continue by working each stitch as it appears. For the next rows, if a stitch looks like a knit, you knit it. If it looks like a purl, you purl it. This keeps the pattern consistent and easy to follow. It's only on the 4th row that the pattern shifts slightly, creating the textured effect that makes this stitch unique. Now that we've finished the first row, let's move on to the second row. In this row, you continue by working the stitches as they appear, following the structure established in the first row. No matter what pattern you are working in knitting, from the second row onwards, the first stitch is always slipped without knitting, and then you begin the pattern. If a stitch looks like a knit, you knit it. If it looks like a purl, you purl it. So while the first row was knit 2, purl 1, in this row it naturally shifts to purl 2, knit 1, allowing the pattern to form and settle into place. If you're enjoying this video and finding it helpful, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. It's completely free and it really supports my work. Give this video a like so more people can discover it, and feel free to leave a comment. I'd love to hear from you and help you out. Your support truly means a lot and helps me keep creating more tutorials like this. Now that we've completed the second row, let's move on to the third row. As before, slip the first stitch without knitting, and then continue working the stitches as they appear. This row is essentially a repeat of the first row. So, you will knit 2 stitches and purl 1 stitch, maintaining the structure of the pattern. Always follow what you see, knit the knits and purl the purls, and continue this way until the end of the row. Don't forget, the last stitch is always purled to keep the edges neat. Now that we've completed the third row, it's time for the fourth row, the most important step in this pattern. This is the row that changes the structure and creates the signature texture of the design. In this row, you will knit all stitches except for the very last stitch, which you will purl. This step adds the raised texture and brings the pattern to life. You will repeat this fourth row every 3 rows to maintain the structure of the stitch. As you can see, the pattern now begins to repeat in a cycle. From this point on, you will continue repeating these 4 rows. The 5th row is essentially a repeat of the 1st row, where you re-establish the pattern. When setting up the pattern again, do not include the first and last stitches in the repeat. Always slip the first stitch without knitting and purl the last stitch. Starting from the 2nd stitch, work knit 2, purl 1 to rebuild the pattern and continue repeating this cycle. Now that we've completed the 5th row, which is a repeat of the 1st row, I'm going to show you the 6th row. The 6th row is simply a repeat of the 2nd row, and I'm showing it again in case anyone needs a clearer understanding before continuing. With this row, I'll complete the explanation. After that, you will continue the cycle. The 7th row repeats the 3rd row, and the 8th row repeats the 4th row, completing the full pattern cycle once again. And that's the picky rib stitch. We've now reached the end of this pattern. What do you think? Do you like how it turned out? If you were to use this stitch, what would you make with it? A blanket? A scarf? Maybe something else? Personally, I think this pattern looks especially beautiful in blankets. Let me know your ideas in the comments. I'd love to hear what you would create with it. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment below. Subscribing is completely free, and it really helps support my work and grow this channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.